It's too damn early. No starting soon. I'm just gonna put the tweet out. It's a whole new way to see. I'm live. We're gonna watch Pokemon Presents, and then we'll do probably Fire Red, Leaf Green, at least for a couple hours, because I just woke up like literally 5 minutes ago. Um, so I'm very tired. um, it is. I Since we have a couple of minutes, my expectations for this are always low. I think things that we will see. I'm sure we'll get a trailer for Fire Red Leaf Green, even though they already like announced it and that it was coming out after this. Um, I think we will see home support for ZA, which is what I'm hoping for. And then my pie in the sky dream is that they'll announce that Coliseum and XD when they come to NSO will have home support. Um, Everyone I say that to calls me crazy, but they added home support to Fire Red Leaf Green, and then like Crystal and Gold and Silver and Red and Blue on the 3DS had bank support. So it's not the craziest thing. Um, but yeah, we'll watch it. Um, and then we'll do some Pokemon after just to, you know, it's my first stream in a while. I've been dealing with some health stuff, so we'll enjoy it. Pokemon Day is usually, I mean, obviously we'll see like everyone always talks about these about how it's like 28 minutes of like game trailers for like the mobile games. Like I'm sure we'll see like a Pokemon Sleep update, Pokemon Go update, um, Pokemon Masters EX update, Pokemon Cafe Remix update. Um, I think it'd be really funny if out of the blue they were like, and here's a Pokemon Shuffle update, which is still a mobile app that they have. They haven't taken it down, which is surprising because other stuff like Pokemon Duel got taken down. But yeah, that's my one pie in the sky hope is that they announce that. Like I'm okay if Coliseum doesn't come out like for another month or so because they're just releasing Fire Red Leaf Green now. Um, but if some way they can make it so you can communicate either that, like the most Pokemon thing to do would be to make it so you can communicate Fire Red Leaf Green with the Coliseum game in some way. Um, but if not, I would love for them to implement home support into what was I gonna say into Coliseum or XD or both, ideally. Let's see. I'm looking at. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm-mm. Oh, you know what I meant to do? I'm gonna do this. Copy. Put it in. Boom. Got 1 minute left. I have the window capture set up to capture audio, so you guys should be able to hear it. Let me actually sit there. Mirrors in 60 seconds, it says. What I'll do is I'll set it to theater mode once we're able to. We'll begin shortly. Just want the chat pulled up on my phone in case anybody rolls in. I was seeing if I was in the right category for this because I'm in just chatting. I opened just chatting, and the first result was Mari Mari underscore en. Watching this. Hello. Refreshing again. There we go. Bow, bow, bow. Just checking the audio is good. Okay. Oh yeah, I should put on theater mode. Okay, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, pogging. Gen 4, not pogging. Gen 5, pogging. Gen 6, pogging. Gen 7, pogging. Gen 8, not pogging. Gen 9, I undecided.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara.
It's Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Today, February 27, is Pokemon Day.
True.
This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series. In those first two titles, 151 Pokemon made their appearance. Now, a total of 1,025 Pokemon have been discovered.
Yeah, it's a lot.
These diverse Pokemon have been part of the stories.
That's not even counting forms.
Been able to experience.
Where's Tropius? He was on the left.
This year marks the Pokemon series' 30th, a milestone reached because of your support. Thank you, each and every one of you. We hope you will all
A concierge at the top left.
To evolve. In today's broadcast, we'll share all the latest news about Pokemon.
I wonder if they'll announce a new theme park. Because they just launched Pokepark Kanto, but they copyrighted like a bunch of other Pokeparks across like Europe and stuff. What am I looking at? What? That's such a weird way to do it.
I'm Junichi Masuda, and I handle the music and sound effects for the Pokemon Red version.
What?
Video.
So it's like a fucking...
All 45 songs from the games on the
What am I thinking of? Touch tunes?
We took particular care to make the audio sound just like Game Boy. So I hope you enjoy.
It's a small speaker with 45 small cartridges. At that point, they could have just released it with a copy of Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue.
Hello, Pokemon trainers, and happy Pokemon Day. I'm Chris Brown from the Pokemon Company.
Chris Brown!
And I'm thrilled to share news about the 2026 Pokemon World Championships.
It's messed up what you did to Rihanna, bro.
Alongside our new fan experience, Pokemon XP in San Francisco. The 2026 Pokemon World Championships will once again welcome nearly 3,000 competitors from all over the world. Competitors in the championships will battle for the first time in
Sleep.
while their fellow competitors will battle in the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. Each of the
I guess this is them announcing that Champions will be the new competitive format.
That's 3 times the size as last year's finals. Years ago, we started on a mission to create the most exciting Pokemon event for our competitors and their families. As the World Championships evolved, we saw an opportunity to expand even further and deliver.
Show me Wolf Glick.
Where trainers around
Show me my goat.
come together in celebrating their fandom. As we celebrate 30 years of Pokemon, we invite all of you to the inaugural Pokemon XP event. Fans of all ages can expect fun activities, including interactive exhibits, pin trading, cosplay showcases, unique panels, hands-on workshops, exciting partner collaborations, and of course, visiting the Pokemon Center pop-up store.
Oh, so you can buy merch, you can scalp merch.
We're giving you a first look at a truly special piece of art illustrating Pokemon XP alongside the highly anticipated.
See, Umbreon mentioned. Consider Spheal. What does Spheal do? Blood thinks he's on the team.
Whether you're joining us in person in San Francisco or from home on our live stream, we can't wait to see you this August. Thank you, Pokemon trainers.
Also, did his shirt have like the smallest Charizard on it? Pokemon trading card game. Oh, imagine if they re-release fucking Shadowless again. It'd be so funny. Oh, are they doing another like anniversary set where they put like reprints of popular legendary cards? They get that for the 25th. Where you could get like new versions of old cards. Like there was like a Mewtwo. Oh, they're reprinting team up stuff. Or are these new cards? I'm so confused. I guess I should just wait. Celebrating 30 years. So there will be a 30th anniversary set. That's not the starter set. Oh, it's a Pokemon Go trailer. Tropius! Tropius mentioned. I'm just gonna point him out every time we see him on screen.
A huge range of Pokemon that have appeared in Pokemon Go so far will return. And there's a 2-day Pokemon Go tour event starting tomorrow. We also have a promo code to share.
Go to Orkalos. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a longer thing than it was. Oh. I was gonna say. I was like, more red and blue. But it's red. And Pikachu, and they're like, I like that they're colored like the old art. I saw this on Twitter. I didn't see the Florian and Juliana, but I saw like the model of red. And I saw like a version of him that was like the monochrome colors. Oh, it's Cafe Remix. Phew. Yeah, all the starters. It's so funny that every time they do one of these, like, because I've been around, like, I've been a Pokemon fan since the 20th anniversary, I think, like, just before the 20th anniversary. They're always just like, here's the starters again. Here's all the starters that are available at the time. Also, I gotta express to you, this trailer specifically looks so bad for me because it's so bright where I am, because it's 9 a.m. and we have snow, like, beaming through my windows. So even though my window is like a foot and a half to the left of my monitor, it's still giving a glare. Which is also why my tracking might look weird at some points. Yeah, they're really short about these trailers. I was to say how far in we are. Oh. Well, who do you fight in the middle if it's not the birds? Yeah, I saw this. Meganium and Typhlos are like ZA. Which is weird they didn't announce that, like, when ZA was coming out. I mean, maybe they did, but I feel like the legendary birds wouldn't be as much of a high priority. Oh, it's TCGP. I sleep. I'm sorry, I can't be fucked anymore. I played it for a long time, and then eventually the storage on my phone ran out, and I was like, you know what? I don't need this. Oh? XD? I'm pressing start on my controller, on my GameCube controller. Oh, this song's such a jammer. It's crazy in the year of our Lord we're seeing a Mirror B acknowledgement. In March.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company.
I'll have to look at that. I think it said that they won't allow transfer, which is unfortunate.
As we share the latest news on our games. First off, we have information regarding the Pokemon Fire Red version and
What?
Pokemon Leaf Green version games coming to Nintendo Switch. The Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green games, remakes of the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games in Japan, were released on Game Boy Advance in 2004. Today, these games have been made available to play once more as download-exclusive titles on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. We also plan to make these titles compatible with Pokemon Home in the future.
Okay.
This way, you can bring
Oh, in the future, they won't be available on launch.
titles on adventures with you, or you can send Pokemon to visit Pokemon Champions. I hope you look forward to it.
People were saying it'd be available on launch, but they are liars.
Next, we have some news about Pokemon Champions.
Pokemon Champions. This is probably really interesting to people who care about, like, Pokemon competitively. I'm sure somewhere McCreathen is popping off. Maybe these are real competitors, but I think it could be way more interesting if these trailers had, like, real competitors. A Mega Delphox. I wonder, will it be meta at tournaments to bring your phone instead of a Switch? I want them to show us like Mega versus like Gigantamax. Like I want proof that that's a thing. April.
Next up is news about the Mega Dimension DLC for the Pokemon Legends.
That DLC is already out.
The newest title in the Pokemon series. Please take a look at this video.
We're getting more DLC. Yeah, we've seen all these. We played this on stream. Okay, Hyperdimension Lumios. Okay, they're spoiling every Mega Evolution for people who haven't played it yet. Even though I haven't counted most of these in game yet, actually. Magearna. The ugliest Mega. Yeah. What's the news, is my question. Was this not already in the game? I've seen photos of Mega Garchomp Z on Twitter already. I'm very confused what the trailer was for. Was it just for the DLC, like 3 months after it came out? I don't know what the...
A new Mega Evolution of Garchomp. Mega Garchomp
has been discovered. Was that not in the main story?
This mystery gift will become available for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC after this presentation concludes. After claiming this gift, you'll be able to detect a special hyperspace distortion where you can encounter Mega Garchomp Z. You can obtain a Garchompite Z stone by winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z in the special pocket of hyperspace.
That sentence is so funny.
Next up, we have some news about Pokemon Pokopia.
Leaning forward. Pokopia, you say? A Rotom. It looks like it. New Rotom form. Stereo Rotom.
Is that curious-looking stereo a Rotom? Did it get enticed by the music and It's really energetic and seems to go by DJ Rotom.
DJ Rotom.
What happens if you give it a CD in the game?
Oh, okay. Gen 3 music?
It can help liven up the town with a variety of music. Ditto
Okay.
players are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ Rotom's specially selected tracks while I introduce you to the world of Pokemon Pokopia. Ditto
Palatine. Oh, Radiant City, same difference.
once a town. It seems like Ditto is working alongside other Pokemon to develop the town. Wow, they're sure fired up. Of course, you can't give your all on an empty stomach. It looks like Riolu wants something to eat too.
My ass is gonna be starving the Pokemon.
Cook.
How do you cook? Pokemon has been asking this for 30 years. I don't think they've ever figured it out. How to cook. Chef Greedent.
That silhouette.
How do I recognize a Greedent from a 3/4 like censored, well, not censored, but like cropped? I just fucking, I don't like him. He pisses me off.
A Greedent appeared. It sounds like everyone calls it Chef Dente.
Chef Dente.
Chef Dente can teach you how to cook all sorts of dishes.
Kind of like El Dente and also Greedent.
Each Pokemon has different foods they prefer.
I wonder if this trailer is going to update the list of Pokemon that we've seen in trailers.
Power up your moves when you eat them. This will make it even easier to develop the town.
You've seen that one tweet that's like, list of Pokemon that we've seen in trailers so far.
Pokemon you've befriended on an outing. In
An
multiplayer,
outing.
you can visit other players' towns.
Okay.
You can play with up to 3 other people. First, let's play some hide and seek. I wonder where everyone's hiding. There you are. There's someone here, too. But where's the last one?
They turned into the tree.
You can transform into objects, too.
Oh, they invented Prop Hunt.
This is a fun game of hide and seek. By working together, you could even build something this big.
Minecraft.
Together, you can develop a town.
I'm either gonna love this game,
Far-off adventure.
or I'm gonna play it for like 2 streams and never pick it up again. Raikou mentioned.
Every day, the world gets bigger and bigger. Developing a town
But I've heard this game is like so expansive. And it's made by the people who did Dragon Quest Builders, so I'm
available on
very
March
interested.
5th.
That's like a week from today. I have the game pre-ordered, but I'm not sure when I'll get it because I bought it from Pokemon Center.
Pokemon Pokopia releases next week on Thursday, March 5th.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy working with Pokemon to develop a town from
I
the
think it's my first day back to work, unfortunately.
Today, we covered all of the information you see here.
Still got 7 minutes left.
We'd like to end our presentation today.
This is
with our
okay.
final video
The
for
final
you.
video already.
Thank you for tuning in.
Okay. I'm reacting. I'm watching. Gen 10. Oh yeah, they always do like one of these like long trailers. Pikachu! Umbreon! I actually really like Umbreon. Is that okay, so that's Gen 2, 4. Okay, so we're doing each of the generations as drawings. Gen 5, Sawsbuck mentioned. Gen 6, Lumios mentioned. Gen 7. I'll focus on the gimmick. Why are you so close to me, bro? Oh? Oh. What am I looking at? Pikachu's friends, parents? Oh, they're showing us gameplay? Tropius! That sure does look like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Nimble, Swellow, Tangrowth, Oddish. Actually looks pretty decent comparatively. Ladybug, Slugma, Sizzlipede. Pikachu has a new animation. Wingull, Krabby, Sandygast, Corsola, Marini, Timple, Carnivine, Slugma again, Duskull. Oh, you know Cerebee's like writing all these down as fast as he can. Oh, the new starters. Oh, that one in the middle is very cute. Brout, Pombon, and that one. Gekwa. I don't know. I feel like Pombon's gonna be the popular one, but like Frillish, Luminion, Tynamo. Oh, those were, I thought, the development names. I didn't realize it was actually what they were called. 2027? Wait, 2027? Hello? That's it? What do you mean 2027? Hold on. I want to go back and look at these starters. Okay, so I'm a little confused. Because we just had a grass bird, like 2 generations ago, which was Rowlet, which which is a round bird with leaf attributes on it. And then a dog is new, I suppose, because it's clearly based on a Pomeranian. And then we have another water type, like lizard, which we just got one, like with Sobble, like 2 generations ago. So like washed, and then this just looks to me like all the dog Pokemon look the same to me. It's like I'm sure over the next year I'll have time to get used to them and they'll really reveal more Pokemon. But 2027 is crazy. 2027 is like that's that's insane. They usually, for context, for people who don't know, these usually come out like end of the year of when they're announced. Usually, I announce them in February, and then we get drip fed information from February until like November. Unless they're gonna just move. When did Pokemon Legends ZA come out? October 16th. So yeah, so Legends ZA came out October of last year. So yeah, they would be due for a new Pokemon game at the end of this year, unless they're going to do the thing that they did with with Legends Arceus, because Legends Arceus got pushed to like it was like a February or March release, I want to say, and then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out in like November, but they didn't announce a new remaster or like a remake. Obviously, they announced that we get XD Gale of Darkness in March, and Fire Red is supposedly available right now. That's well, we are 35 minutes into the stream. I could stop the stream and go live later playing Pokemon Fire Red. Honestly, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll probably call it. No, well, I said in the tweet that I would play Fire Red, Leaf Green. Let me check. I'm gonna check and see if it's out. If it's not out like immediately, because they said it would be out following the direct. But we'll see if I can open it. It tells me okay, seems like they are available to play. So I guess we can do that for like an hour and a half. I don't have much going on. I gotta like eat breakfast, but I guess we'll do some Pokemon. Let me change my stream info. Leaf Green. Okay. Let me turn off the. No, I want game capture on, window capture off. I want Elgato on. Game capture to be off. And then let me. I guess I'll just swap my HDMI and then we'll boot up the game. We're gonna play Leaf Green version, even though I bought them both. I bought them both because when the 3DS had the two, I didn't buy both, and now I regret it because now I only have like blue and crystal. I've been told that these are literally just the ROMs, but with no speed up. Okay, this sure does look like Pokemon Leaf Green. The Pokemon play Kanto challenge, where I play Kanto, and I'm bummed about it. Yep, my name is Quinn. Oh, my rival. Who's my biggest op? I don't know. I think I'll just call him what I know him by, which is Blue. His name is Blue. Well, at least in the manga, he's Blue. I think it's different. I think in Japan, he's green. I'm trying to think. I feel like I remember seeing... also, we have a NES. I feel like you should have better than that at this point, right? We'll withdraw the potion. Well, these really are just... Text speed fast. Oh, I forgot this game has frames. Which one's the one that I usually pick? I usually pick. I think it's this one. No, I think it's this one. I have played this game probably. Oh wait, he's next door. What am I talking about? Is he? I forget. She said next door. Grandpa's lab, or maybe I think dangerous to go alone type deal. Oh, yeah, there we go. me saying I've played like Kanto so many times and then immediately forgetting how Kanto works. I think I've played this game 2 or 3 times, but it was like when I was much younger, like when emulators were like a thing. When I was much younger, I was like, oh, like I can play these Game Boy Advance games. Three left. I will be taking... Oh, look, we got our first choice immediately. Oh, imagine if the ROM that Pokemon uploaded was like randomized somehow, and they like accidentally uploaded it, and we're like, shit. Also, I named mine Puppy because he looks like a fat bulldog when he's a Bulbasaur. Go do a battle. Yeah. I know how a Pokemon battle works, bro. Oh wait, let's switch. How do I see? I wish they would have added like some. Like I know it's just probably the ROM. And they dumped it onto this, but it would have been nice if they were like, yeah, you can look at what moves do. I forget what Growl does. Lowers attack stat, so it's not really helpful. I mean, it's helpful for me to survive longer, but I think we just tackle. If it like, oh, he got a crit. Even if I growled, it wouldn't have done anything. 2 crits in a row? Are you joking? Yeah, I'm gonna lose. That's fine. Kind of insane that the Charmander hit 2 crits in a row. Isn't it like a 2% chance to crit? Wait, doesn't one of them give you Pokeballs? Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. I think I'm making that up. Maybe it's another game that I'm thinking of. I do have. Oh, we have to get like Oak's Parcel or something, right? Since I've not been live, what have I been up to? I beat Spider-Man 2. That game, I have some complaints about it. Spider-Man 2 is not nearly as good as the first one. It's way better than Miles Morales, but that's like saying like, not much. Because the Miles Morales game is like 2 hours long. And I don't really like it. We have to figure out what we're going to put on our team. Because we have Bulbasaur, which kind of limits us a little bit. Because we can't use a Grass type or a Poison type, which is a lot of the Pokemon in Kanto, I feel like. Like, we can't use Oddish, Bellsprout, we can't use Venonat, which I wasn't going to use Venonat anyway, but I'm going to have to go, it's here, right? Yep. You know, Professor Oak. I have to bring him his parcel. I always thought this was like the funniest thing. But they're like, yeah, we're going to have you walk to the first town and then immediately just have you walk back to the very start. It's like, oh, you want to explore this new world of... Like, imagine if this was your first Pokemon game and they're like, you want to explore that new world of whimsy that's in front of you? Yeah, nope. Your ass is going back to Pallet Town. Here's your parcel, bro. You want Oak's parcel? Here it is. I can't get over 2027 as a release date for Wind and Waves. The Pokedex, wow. Oh yeah, this game has the stupid fucking National Dex thing, where it's Gen 3, so Pokemon like Umbreon and Steelix and Golbat exist, and if you try to evolve them, they just go, we don't know how to evolve that Pokemon yet. I wonder, I should think about, is there one of those like, trying to think of like a team. Trying to map out the team in my brain. Because on the first route, is there like, hold on, I want to see if there's like a Pokemon team builder that we can do on stream. Hello, NotCorp, welcome in. I want to see, is there, hello? Firefox? Why is this the greatest day of your life, NotCorp? I thought that percent was, I thought it could have been better, but I thought it was very mid. I think 2027 is kind of insane. Pokemon team. Okay, this does exist. We'll do this real quick. Looks amazing, and we've seen like 2 minutes of gameplay for it. We're gonna do this real quick. For what am I looking at? Fire LeafGreen. So we're gonna obviously have Venusaur, and then I think so. NotCorp. I don't think you were here when I was reacting to it because that's what we did for the first half an hour. My issue with Winds and Waves is all we've seen so far is the starters. I think the game looks good. It looks very much like Scarlet and Violet. But 2027 is kind of crazy unless it's like January. But it definitely looks better, but it's like, how's it gonna run? And then it's going to be switched to exclusive, because then that leads to Switch 1 versions, and Switch 1 versions, as we've seen with ZA, are pretty rushed. Also, I think the starters, I think 2 of the 3 starter designs are pretty bad. Not bad, but like they're fine. I think the Gecko one is actually somewhat cute. I just think that we just got a water lizard and a grass bird like 2 generations ago. I like them, but we just got the same concepts like a little bit ago. Hold on, we're looking at the Pokemon picker. Who do we want on our team? Can I look at the LeafGreen exclusives? Exclusive to Fire Red, exclusive to Pokemon Leaf Green, Vulpix. So let's use. I've never used a Ninetales before, so we can use Ninetales, and then. I'm looking to see. Does this game have internet trading at launch? Because that will depend on if I use like certain Pokemon or not. Because we picked a poison type, so we can't use like exclude type, poison and fire, and grass. That does not give us very many options. It's wireless only. That's crazy. It's gonna have home support, they said, in the direct, but they didn't like. It's not available at launch. So now we have pretty limited options. I feel like we go for. Because we're pretty limited now. I tried to use Pokemon I never used before, but I've played Kanto so many times, I've used like a majority of these on a team. This game doesn't have Fairy type yet. So Jigglypuff or Clefairy are just gonna be normal. I don't know if I want to use Persian. I don't want to use these two fuckers. I hate those two. I've never used Dodrio before. But Doduo is... You catch Doduo in the Safari Zone, right? My issue is, like, how early do we find these Pokemon? Like, how early do you find... Where do you find... Slowpoke in... Gen 1? I want... Gen 3. Route 6? I feel like that's not far along, right? I have a map of Kanto. I have 6. Okay. It's not like crazy bad. And then see. So we could use Slowbro. I've never used Slowbro before. I intended to use Slowbro in my Let's Go Pikachu Shiny Badge quest, but I ended up getting a Shiny Seal. So I used Shiny Dugong instead. Instead of getting a Shiny Slowpoke in that game. And then it leaves us with 2 slots. I keep leaning towards Hitmonlee. I've never used Hitmonlee. I've used Hitmonchan. I've used a bunch of these. I've used Dugong. I've used Rhydon. I've used Chansey. I have used Butterfree. I have used Sandslash. I have used Raichu. I've used Primate. Like a bunch of these I've used. I obviously haven't used them. Let's now remove the types that they are, which is normal, flying, water, psychic. Wow, okay, we have very slim pickings now. Fossil Pokemon? Yeah, I was thinking about that, but the issue is that they're both water type. unless I got Aerodactyl. No, he's a flying type. So they would all be double ups on typings. We don't want Onyx. Onyx is shit from a butt. Onyx has a lower attack stat than Oddish. Kind of paint ourselves into a corner. When do you... I've never used Marowak. When do you get Marowak in Gen 1? Well, this may change over time. It usually does, but... Cuboning it very early on. LeafGreen... Seafault Canyon and Victory Road is what this is saying. Seafault Canyon? Are you lying to me? Wait, this is Marowak I'm clicked on, not Cubone. Hold on, no, I was selecting... You get it in Pokemon Tower. So you have to get all the way to Lavender Town before you can get Cubone. You might be. You might be thinking of, like, Let's Go. I know you get it very early in Let's Go. We could rock Raichu. My only issue with Raichu is it's Stone Evolution. I don't know when you get a Thunderstone. And then... let's rock. Let's aim for this team. Venusaur, Ninetales, Dodrio, Slowbro, Raichu, Hitmonlee. And then we'll see how that gets us. We may end up, like, I always set a team ahead of time, and then there's like one Pokemon that like I don't realize is going to be really annoying. I did that in Legends ZA. I was like, oh, let's Unceladon. Okay. Oh yeah, you can buy them, right? Why are you showing me this? No, in ZA, I was like, I want to use Aegislash. I've never used Aegislash in a Kalos game. And then in ZA, can I get when do I get the running shoes? Can I go get them now? What am I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna use Aegislash, but then in specifically the ZA format, Aegislash has like the worst like charge up times. And I was like, we're gonna use Aurorus. And then Aurorus was the GOAT in the DLC because there were like no mystery dungeon. I mean, I don't think, not to be that guy, I don't think I've ever watched a when do we get the running shoes? Am I crazy? When do you get running shoes? After you beat Brock, okay. You don't know anything about G1, bro. You don't know shit. What's I gonna say? Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone to a Pokemon like Presents being like, we're gonna see Mystery Dungeon. Granted, I'm not the biggest Mystery Dungeon fan. I own Red Rescue Team and I never beat it. Or Red and Blue Rescue Team, whatever. Mystery Dungeon DX, the one on Switch. I think I actually own either Red Rescue Team or Blue Rescue Team for the DS/GBA. I forget which one I have. But I played Mystery Dungeon, or I started playing the one that was on Switch because I was like, well, even though I own it physically, I may as well just play the Switch one. My two my two Pokemon, like my main character and my like best friend character, were Chikorita, who was my friend character, and I was Skitty. So by the time we got to Moltres, there was nothing I could do. I was basically soft locked, and I was like, well, I'm gonna put this down, and I'll come back to it later. And then it has that mechanic in the remake where it's like, you can ask for help from a friend. You get to wait 24 hours, and I was like, oh, cool. That's not annoying at all. Explorers of Sky. Everyone talks about Explorers of Sky. Explorers of Sky is like, I think give an equivalent. It's the one game that everybody talks about. They're like, oh yeah, you definitely want to be, you know, play Pokemon, you know, Explorers of Sky, and I'm like, okay, I will eventually, and then I never do. That's for nerds. Hello? Never be a grass type. Well, I like Chikorita, okay? When I see the opportunity to pick Chikorita, I go, oh, I like that guy. I also didn't realize that one of the the required bosses would be a fire flying type. Okay. I know we find Vulpix on that one route where you normally find, I mean, normally it would be Growlithe. Sorry, I'm really tired. I woke up for the direct, and I was like, man, I could go back to bed. But I didn't. Let's see, if we go left, all we get is suffering and pain. Because we get Mankey, Spearow, Nidoran, and then we get our ass beat by Blue. So we'll ignore that for now. Oh. This guy's gonna show us how to catch Pokemon. Falling asleep at the wheel. I think it's so funny that I was like, let me filter out, like when we were doing the Pokemon team picking, I was like, let me filter out the grass and poison types. And I clicked on it and like filtered them out, and like half the Pokedex was gone. Like, wow. The Chi-Chi TV, I forgot this item existed. I need a grass type move before I can. Wait, this is. Which gym is this? Viridian City. Isn't Brock in Pewter? So who's in Viridian City? Giovanni. I don't think I ever processed that they actually let me grind up a little bit. I want to get Vine Whip. Isn't Vine Whip like level 7 or what is it, like leaf some grass move? was I gonna say? I never processed that there was a gym in Viridian. I feel like I've always just walked by it. Like, never gone over there. No reason to go to a... Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think I could fight Giovanni now, even if I wanted to, but... I think it's interesting because this game and Gen 3 does it, where it's like, we're gonna show you a later game gym, and then you have to like backtrack back to it. Obviously, by that time you have Fly, so it's not that crazy, but level 7, a Leech Seed. When do I get a move that's not Leech Seed? I was under the impression that I would have, like... Vine Whip. Hold on, I'm pulling up Cerebi. This is the stream where Quinn pulls up Cerebi a bunch. Everyone say thank you, Joe Merrick. Oh, we learned Vine Whip at 10. So, we got a few levels to go. But where we're going to be the only Pokemon for at least a little bit, I think. Oh, I should probably have... I should keep that tab open for the team that we're going for. So I know, so I can remind myself. We can get Pikachu in Viridian Forest, though, right? It's just like a 5%. I hope they re-release RSE, because as things are now, aspects of the Sevi Islands are unusable. Expand upon that, because I've never experienced the Sevi Islands. I don't think I've ever gotten that far. I feel like I usually beat this game, and then I go, okay, I'm gonna go do something else now. Okay, so I think what we do is we just, we walk around until we find a Pikachu. A trainer. Caterpie. I hate when people call him Caterpie. That's not his name. It's Caterpie, bro. Also, Notcorp, I don't think you were here. When I fought Blue the first time, his Charmander got 2 crits and like immediately killed my Bulbasaur, like in a row. Sevians were in addition to Gen 3 mechanics like berries and newer Pokemon to Fire LeafGreen. Why do I keep doing that? A machine you put together in the aisles that allow for RSE trading. Ah. I think the dumbest thing in these games, I talked about it like just before we started playing, was that certain Pokemon can't evolve. Like, you can't evolve Golbat, you can't evolve, like, you know, Onix. Like, I would love to use, like, I don't think I've ever used, like, an Espeon before. Level 8 puppy, let's go. I think what we do is I think we just hang out, like, over here, trying to find our Pikachu. In case we get low HP. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Even though you reach the maximum, like, happiness, we just don't feel like giving you a Golbat or a Crobat. Does it only do that once? Does it like only show you the like evolution once, or is it every level? They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get Crobat. Ha, just kidding. That would be so annoying. I would hope it does it every time. That's crazy. At that point, I would just box my Golbat. I'd be like, dude, I'll talk to you when I beat fucking Lance. I don't got time for all this. We should keep like an encounter number of how many Pokemon until we see Pikachu. It's a 5%, which means that if we do 100 encounters, 5 of them should be Pikachu. So it means we have a... What's the percentage on that? 5 out of 100? 5%, I'm stupid. But if I divide... It's like a 1 in 20. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a notepad. I'm gonna add a window. What do I want window capture. Notepad. Put it down here. One. Oh, oop. Forgot about number lock. Two. You're free from the shackles of hell. I added a Pokemon counter so we can see exactly how many Pokemon I've seen while we've been trying to get Pikachu. Not counting like the 3 that we encountered before. I should probably go heal. I leveled up. This is also a good way for us to grind up to level 10. I think once we reach level 10, I'll just start running away. Until we get Pikachu. Took you 30 minutes to find a Pikachu. I mean, it's a 5%, which is like not... I mean, I'm not kidding. It took me... I tried finding... I think it was Bagon in Gen 7 recently, or maybe I think it was Bagon. I was looking for, it was some Pokemon, I forget exactly which one it was. It was like, I think it was Bagon. And it took me, because they're like a 1% encounter. It took me, I'm not kidding, like an hour and change. I found a shiny cutie fly, like basically, you know, shiny charm odds, before I found a single, like, normal Bagon. What I need to do is I need to go in. What I'm gonna do is I rarely do this, but I'm gonna separate the VODs. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go through and like grab the reaction to the Pokemon Presents, make it its own video, and then upload this as like its own hour-and-a-half long VOD or whatever, however long we go. Level 9. So statistically, at absolute worst, that number should go to like 20? Because it's a 1 in 20, right? I think what we'll do is we'll either go to 2 hours, which is like my usual stream time. Maybe I'll stream again later because I'm pretty tired. Or we'll go until we beat Brock, whichever one happens first. And then maybe I'll do like 2 streams in one day, or I'll stream. Yeah, maybe I'll stream tonight, depending on how I'm feeling. Another Woim. Woim spelled W-O-I-M. I was thinking about it last night because every time around Pokemon Day I get like nostalgic for my old Pokemon teams. You want to hear how messed up my original Pokemon team was? So I started playing Pokemon with X and Y. Specifically Y. My team, if I remember correctly, was Delphox, Tyrantrum, Yveltal, Pyroar, and then like 2 other Pokemon that I'm forgetting. Like, I had a messed up team. Caterpie. Can you find Metapod? What are the encounters? I want to see if there's like rare encounters. This is Viridian Forest. Oh yeah, we were exclusively using attacking moves. So it's a 10%. So if we find a Kakuna, if we find a Kakuna, it's equally as rare as a Pikachu is. And then you can get a Metapod at a 10%. We have a potion, right? Yeah. My fear was just a second ago was what if we get the Pikachu and then my Bulbasaur dies, but I was like, I'll just potion. That's the 8th Pokemon we've seen. Yeah, we'll just start running away after we beat this Weedle. I'm close to leveling up, but you look like just enough HP. Or XP. I'm level 10, which means I got Vine Whip. We'll use the potion, why not? I don't think we're gonna need it. Oh yeah, they play this animation. That's so odd to me. Oh hey, a Kakuna! A Kakuna, as we've said, is equally as rare as a Pikachu is. So that could have been a Pikachu. Back-to-back Kakunas? That's a 5% back-to-back, and it's not the 5% that we want. Oh, I might have got a 3rd one. I just threw my controller. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my one hope was that XD would have home support. But I'm pretty sure on like the little disclosures that they had on the announcement, it said that Pokemon cannot be transferred in or out. Oh, yeah. That's a Metapod. Metapod's at 10% if you're curious. So we've seen 2 5%. Oh, actually, you know what? Kakuna. Seen 2. We'll keep a count of how many Kakunas we've seen. I know someone homeworks. I mean, I don't know. My thought was like maybe they would allow us to put another 10%. Like maybe they'd allow us to like use like this game as like a weird thing of like spend 20, because you know how Pokemon is, like spend $20 and you can now transfer your Pokemon from Fire Leaf Green like through XD and then put them into home, kind of like how the 3DS had like the Pokemon Transporter, specifically so you can take Pokemon from Gen 2 and Gen 1 and then put them into the Transporter and then put them into home. Okay, so within the next 3 encounters, we're due for at least a single Pikachu. Don't work with emulation or save states. I mean, yeah. I just more mean like it's a very Pokemon thing to make you buy like a separate game to be able to transfer your Pokemon. Like if they were like, we're locking the opportunity to get your XD Pokemon in home through like some sort of support through Fire Red Leaf Green, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you know how like in the olden days you had to like buy like you had to put your your GBA cartridge in the same console you were playing Gen 4 with, then go to the Poke Park and then like do that whole shindig. What's 9 plus 10? There he is! It took us 22 encounters. I will tackle. Okay. Guess I'll go fuck myself. Close the notepad. Over odds. This isn't looking good for your shiny career. Yeah, I should just quit while I'm ahead. All 500 plus shiny Pokemon I have, I should just throw them all away. It's a girl, which I'm not too happy about, but this is before they got the ugly tails, so... I just personally think that the specifically the Raichu tail, I think is so ugly when it's female. The cut tip. Girl Pikachu. I think we'll just call her Minnie. Alright, let's go heal up our Bulbasaur, because we have paralysis on it. Oh, you know what, actually, let's make Minnie our primary. So as we go through Viridian Forest, we can, like, swap train. Okay, we're on good pace to beat Brock by the 2-hour mark. That didn't take us very long. We had, 22 encounters. Honestly, you say over odds, but realistically not really if you think about it. If in 22 encounters we saw 3 5%, that's actually over odds. Technically, we should have seen 2. And then we should have seen the 2 Kakuna. Hello, Slipser. Why do I have more people in my chat at 10:20 in the morning than I do when I stream at like 5 p.m.? You know what's messed up? Me and Tiny Marble are beefing again. Me and good friend Tiny Marble. Tiny Marble said that she had stuff to do this morning, and that she would put my stream on to listen to while she's getting ready for her day, and she didn't. She hasn't shown up, and she canceled our collab. Not canceled, but rescheduled, which we were supposed to have on Thursday. Her and I, internet drama. And you can clip that. Thundershock. Brr. I think I was a trainer, but I suppose not. That is a trainer, though. Boop, 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 boop. I think it's so funny because my OBS tells me how many viewers a category has. It's so funny that Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green has 17,000 viewers right now. A bunch of people must have the same idea that I had, which was like, we'll watch the Pokemon Presents, and then immediately afterwards we will we'll play Fire Red Leaf Green. So we've already got 2 members of our team now. Anything good shown? Not really. They showed... So they do the same thing that they do every Pokemon Presents, which was 25 minutes of trailers for mobile games, and then they showed like a 3-minute trailer for the new generation of Pokemon. They showed, actually, you know what? I'll give them credit for this. Tropius was mentioned like 3 or 4 times throughout the whole direct, which is obviously a W. One of the first Pokemon they showed in Gen 10 was Tropius. It's like they knew I was watching. They were like, you know what, that Quinnafred guy? Because they mentioned him when they were talking about, like, obviously every Pokemon. They mentioned him during the Pokemon Go segment. He was one of the Pokemon that they featured because he's exclusive to Africa. They showed him, obviously he was one of the first Pokemon they showed in the Gen 10 trailer. It's his year. It's the year of Tropius. Because he just had that big collab with the museum in the UK. You should use Tropius more. Tropius is my goat. But Tropius is a Pokemon that I like so much that I shiny hunted him once, and then one day I was just bored and I opened Oras and was like, I'll just hunt Tropius a second time. I remember many years ago, I don't think we ever finished it, but we had me and my friend, when we were in high school, stayed up really late, and he had a laptop, which meant that he had access, this was before I had a computer, so we did like a randomized Nuzlocke just sitting in his bedroom on his laptop, and it was random, all Pokemon were random, obviously, but then they could evolve into random Pokemon, and we had a Pokemon that evolved into Tropius. And I was so hype on it, and he was like, Tropius sucks, bro. And I was like, no, watch this. And then we went into the next gym, and like Tropius itself like swept the entire gym because it was all like grass and water types. And he was like, it doesn't mean it's good. And I was like, okay, man. Which, like, to be fair, he's not. He's like, a couple of base stats away from being good, or like a couple of moves away from being good. But in my heart, he's still good. Kakuna. We're gonna keep using Mini until Mini matches the level of Bulbasaur. Or at least close to. Oh, Harden, that's cool. Is the physical special split in this one? It is, right? Gen 3 is the first one that has a physical special split. And electric moves... the pre-Evo for Tropius. I mean... people always design, like when people are designing like pre-evolutions, oftentimes they do include like a little green dinosaur with one banana. One banana, two banana. But they usually do like a pre-evo with like one banana and it's like a little dinosaur. Gen 4 was split? I think you're lying to me. There's no way that Thundershock did that much damage if he was using Harden. You are stupid. Gen 4 was the first one to label moves as physical or special based on the type of move. For example, Fire Punch in Gen 4 is labeled as physical, even though it's a fire move. But Gen 3 introduced the split in the old way, which was that half the move, or half the types were physical, half the types were special. So Fire Punch in Gen 3 is special, even though it's a punch move. And then in Gen 4 it became physical. When they reevaluated and went, we should probably make this a physical move because it's a punch. I believe I go up here. I could be wrong. I could be smoking penis. Did you hear a Weedle noise? Also, there's a trainer in, did they change the design of, because I've played Legends, or not Legends, Let's Go Pikachu like 2 or 3 times. Did they change Legends or not Legends, Let's Go Pikachu's Viridian Forest? Because I feel like, there was usually like a trainer like right here that had like a Butterfree or something that was like really annoying to deal with. It was like right where I'm standing. Unless it's like, oh yeah, this game has the fucking this mechanic. And you can have a potion too, why not? No, it's over here, right? I guess we'll find out. It was in the last corridor, I remember. Also, we're running low on PP. We're almost at penis points. Oh yeah, so the trainer is still here. Okay. I just was thinking of the wrong part of Viridian Forest. It's my fault. Sevia Islands Adventure, where Quinn saves a girl from Hypno. I used Hypno on my Scarlet team when I replayed Gen 9 because I wanted to be able to Shiny Hunt the Paradox Pokemon that are in Scarlet specifically. He was pretty good. He's obviously got like, you know, pretty good psychic moves. He's got like Psyshock and Psychic. He was alright. Like, he wasn't like the star of my team, but because my team was Hypno, who was named Melatonin, and then I had a Dachshund, which was named Inbred, but it was spelled I-N, like B-R-E-A-D, like spelled like bread, because he's a dog inbred, and dogs are famously inbred. And then I had a, what's the Pokemon's name? Skeledirge, who's named TikTok, after like the TikTok rock from Peter Pan. I had a Sunflora who was named Colon 3. His whole gimmick was he was bullet seed with loaded dice. So he would just get into the battle and then drop 5 bullet seeds in a row and just fucking explode whatever Pokemon was in front of him. And then I had, what else did I have on my team? The fire type is a Pomeranian, yes. It's a gecko, a Pomeranian, and then like a bird. Rowlet too, which I don't dislike as much as I like Rowlet, to be fair. Is this the city that we can find the fisherman in, or am I crazy? I don't even think will we even need it? In Vermilion City. No, we haven't gone to Vermilion City yet, so we're good. My only thing is I don't know which rod we need in order to get Slowpoke, if at all. Okay, looks like we're gonna have a ton of time. I thought Pikachu would take longer. So we'll probably, I don't think, in the next 20 minutes we surely can't beat Misty, right? You can't do anything. Gotta swap you out. Minnie, that's enough. Come on, puppy. I named my Pokemon like I'm fucking 5. This one's called Puppy because it looks like a bulldog, and that one's called Minnie because it's a female mouse. I think going into the battle with Brock, I should just... He does, especially his Gen 9 like model makes him look like a bulldog. He's got like a squished up face. He's so bulldog coated. I don't even want me to tell you. I hesitate to call him pug coated because I don't like pugs. Are Pomeranians an Indonesian thing? The rumor was that the Gen 10 was going to be an Indonesian region. I don't know. You're in Twitch chat. Your job is to Google things for me. Do I run back to... Yeah, I'm gonna go heal. I don't have any potions. Potion seller. I guess, I mean... I guess not, but... I'm trying to think. I mean... Usually they do, but not all the time. I mean, like, I think if you discount Gen 1, they're pretty... I don't know. Based on foreign locations. Well, yeah, because you have a samurai, you have like a emperor pig, which is China, and then you have Snivy, which is like a European royal. Yeah. Okay, Pikachu, you can't do anything. Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, but the Coughing Baby is my Pikachu. I thought we'd have Quick Attack by now, but I guess not. We Vine Whip. Now watch me whip. Oh yeah, this is the generation where Sturdy does something different. Which is crazy to me. Sturdy in these games, if you guys don't know, instead of leaving you on 1 HP if you get hit with a move that will kill you at full HP, it just protects you from one-hit kill moves like Sheer Hold. That's all it does. Which those moves already have like a 40% base chance of hitting you. So it's protecting you from moves that don't really do any damage most of the time anyway. Kill Gavin. I know what I must do. Take this with you. We got TM39. He was Rock Throw. This is like a museum, right? Yeah. We should grab some potions, I think. And some Pokeballs. Because I think we can... I keep thinking we're going to use Sand Slash, but I don't think he was on the... Gotta add with god-awful dubbing. Also, you guys are talking about ads like they're crazy. I think I have literally the lowest amount of ads set. I think it's like a minute every half hour, something like that. I don't remember what my minute and a half, yeah. Sure. Yeah, no, I have it set to like, cause it, so, some insight, cause I don't know if you guys stream, but, when you get affiliate, you can put, like, ad controls on your stream. There's, like, a sliding bar, and if you go under a certain number of minutes of ads, you only get, like, a terrible cut on it. It's, like, 30-70 on ads. But if you go for like, it's like 30 seconds every hour up to 3 minutes every hour, it then goes to like a 70-30 split. Like you're incentivized to get like give more ads essentially, which also I still get like no money on ads because I have like not very many viewers. Like my average like ad payout from a stream is like 7 cents. So most of the time, if I'm not getting like subs, I'm basically working for free. Wow, I feel so much faster. This is route. Which route is this? Is this route 3? Yeah, I'm actually close to a payout. I don't know how close I am to a payout or not. Because in order to get a payout, you have to reach at least $50. I could probably look. Creator dashboard. Earnings. I think that maybe I had... Wait, I think I just got over the threshold. Because a week ago somebody sub-renewed. Because I have 4 subs on Twitch. So if I was to stop streaming tomorrow and nothing changed, my next payout would be... That's what, like $10? Like 5 months? Because I get 50-50 on subs, which is like the default for affiliate. Dude. I hit with 1 sand attack and I can't fucking see past my face. I wish I had like quick attack or swift or something. Dude! Dude! Do we take the chance? No. Not that this is a Nuzlocke or anything, but... In a Gen 1 battle? Yeah. Well, you're thinking about Gen 1. I don't think it's in Gen 3, like the Fire Leaf Green, but like the fact that your speed used to dictate how many critical hits you would get. So if you had a Tauros, you would just fucking critical hit everything all the time. Someone's blowing up my Discord. I'm being tagged. Oh, it's somebody being not funny. Speed crits will ruin you. The worst I ever got owned in a Pokemon game was it was a randomized Nuzlocke, and it was of Emerald, and there was a pincer, and it was like a couple of levels higher than I was, so it just fucking... It had, whatever that move is that does more damage the higher level they are than you. And it just one hit killed my entire team. So you treated yourself to a new game? What was the new game that you treated yourself to? Did my wonderful advertising convince you to buy a Pokemon Fire Red and or Leaf Green? If so, you should contact the Pokemon Company and say, "Dear Pokemon Company, please sponsor Quinnafred." There have been so many brands that I like that I've reached out. Like, obviously, I'm a small creator, where I've been like, "Please sponsor me," and they've been like, "We're not going to reply." There's one which is like the most out of like out of the blue is there's a company called, I think it's called Warmies, and they make like warmed like plushies that you can warm for like usually for like stomach cramps or like period cramps or stuff. But they did a collaboration with Sanrio and they have a Pom Pom Purin one, and I really want it for 2 reasons. One is because I like Pom Pom Purin, but 2, if I do ever get a partner, if and when that ever happens, am I right, fellas? Then I want to have like some sort of warming device to be courteous, because what my ex used to have me do, and this is a little bit TMI, but she would just have me put, like, when she would be, like, obviously, you know, on her period, she would have cramps, and the one thing that helped would be, like, pressure on her, like, lower abdomen. So I would just spend, like, multiple nights, like a month, where my hand would just be cramping because I would just be lightly pressing on like her lower stomach, so that her cramps felt better. Which is like I was fine doing because I was like, you know, I'm a nice partner, but it was like if I do get a partner, I want to have like some sort of warmed, because like obviously heating pads are used for that primarily. But yeah, no, it was. I messaged them. I was like, "Hey, what is it gonna take for me to get like a sponsor from you guys?" And they read my Instagram comment and read my Instagram message, and then just never replied. And I tried to tag them on Twitter, but their Twitter is like they don't use it anymore. Quick attack. It's that move I was talking about. Well, I guess we remove Growl. I was gonna say we take away Tail Whip because defense doesn't matter to us, but we just got Quick Attack, which is a physical move, so it does matter to us. We beat the Bug Catcher. I'm pretty sure we're also like super underleveled. Reminds me of Drake. Really, Slipser? You DM'd Drake once and he didn't reply? Were you under the age of 18 at the time? Because it seems like you would have been his prime demographic. Who do you find on Route 3? Hold on. Route 3. Canada. He's a McDonald's meal in Canada. Y'all are fucked up. Y'all have that big ass burger, and you guys have the Drake meal. And then you have the audacity to be like, America's unhealthy. Oh, I'm almost dead. I'm looking at Route 3 because I want to see what the encounters are. Spearow, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, Pidgey. It's Spearow. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I was confused. I got a notification on my phone. So, I'm actually... Oh, I'm a little verklempt all of a sudden. So, in a little insight into my personal life, I've been out sick from work for like a month. And I was really just not feeling well, mentally, and like getting headaches. Which means I haven't been working, which means that I was really worried about paying rent this month. And I got a notification saying that the Pokemon Company just charged me $70. And I got really worried because obviously the $70 really matters. And it turns out they paid me an aggregate, like they basically backdated all my paychecks from when I put in a claim for my sickness, which means they're supposed to pay me a certain amount, and they weren't paying me for that amount previously. So even though this isn't normally a pay week, they still put in a pay for me. So I don't have to worry about rent this month, which is so, like, such a weight off my chest, which I was so stressed about. So I know that's a little bit, that's not in the spirit of the stream we've been doing, but I'm very happy that I don't have to worry about rent as much as I was worrying about it before. Because, like, technically, like, my parents technically still owe me money. They used my card for our phone bill when they're supposed to be paying it by accident. So I took like $260 to pay that. And obviously not ideal. So I was gonna have to like ask, but you never want to ask your family for money, even if it is your money, because they're like, oh, we'll pay you back. It was gonna be really annoying to like hunt that down, you know. Ideally, they just bring it to me, you know. But that's so sick that I can now not have to worry and stress about either paying rent on Monday and being like short, or having to have my parents give me the money they owe me, or now I can just pay it. And I have a little bit extra walking around money. Thank you for the follow. Booty got me reading the Bible. That's very cool username. That's so sick. Your new favorite chatter. You guys should have cooler usernames like that guy. Oh, I need to. That's so funny. Someone gift that guy a sub. Big fan of, dude. There's a streamer I watch sometimes. His name is Falco, aka Nick Verchillo from the Yard, and he will put like on screen like coolest username in chat, and his was like Lotion95, which is like a sick username. If I had that, then Booty Got Me Reading the Bible would definitely be on my like best usernames in chat. No offense to Slipster. Blasty Booty Toot Master 9th. I think this one's funnier. I remember. I will never use the site. I have no reason to. But like Kick and Rumble, when those first came out, I was like, I want to get the funniest usernames on each of them. On I think it's on Kick. I have like Game Boy Advance SP, I think is what I have. And then on Blue Sky I have PlayStation 2. But on Rumble, I think my username on Rumble I think is White Women Fuck Dogs. I want to say, because I was like, I want like an insane username. Because you're never gonna catch me in a fucking Rumble stream. So if you guys are ever on Rumble and you see White Women Fuck Dogs in the chat, which also I gotta say, all the like a bunch of variations of that username were taken. Like just specifically I had to like spell it the way I spelled it, or else it wouldn't have worked, which is so funny. There's a song called White Girls Fuck Dogs. I mean, oh, then maybe that's why people are referencing it, or they just think it's a funny bit. I think it's a funny bit. By Rusty Cage. Any relation to Nick Cage? I'm imagining Nick Cage being like, so they fuck dogs. Knife Song guy. I don't know what that is. Knife Song? Come on, let's pull up Rusty Cage. Family-friendly new song. Okay, I've heard of... I've never seen it. There was a while where that song was like recommended to me like over and over and over again, and I was like, I don't care. It's probably because my YouTube algorithm is like, you like Tom Ska, and I'm like, I do like Tom Ska. I'm like, well, here is a video about nooses, and I'm like, okay, well, you're trying to tell me something, YouTube? Bum, bum, bum. We need to check on, actually, hold on, I'm checking, I'm opening Steam. Okay, the beef with me and Tiny Marble continues. I talked about earlier in the stream how her and I have beef. She was supposed to invite me to her Steam family so I could get Spore, so I could stream Spore. And she said she would do it. Then she forgot and she said she would do it. And then yesterday I said, "Are you gonna do that?" And she said, "Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow morning." And she still hasn't done it. And she also said that she would be at the stream. So we're beefing. It's just that simple. I was disparaging her a little bit in chat last night. I was in sub chat and I was like, I forget exactly what I said, but I was like, yeah, Tiny Marble canceled. She actually like rescheduled our collab because she had like stuff, like personal stuff to do. But I said in sub chat that she canceled our collab because she called me a fat bitch, and that she said that fat bitches weren't allowed on her stream. And she was like, "I know you're rage baiting me, but I would never say that. I need you to know that." And I was like, "Yes, I know." But it was very funny. You should tell her that I think that is very poo-poo pee-pee, and she is misbehaving. I was busy making gourmet. What does that mean, making gourmet? Is that like some... Is that like Stouffer's, but for Canadians? Oh! Booty got you reading the Bible. How did you find my Twitch channel? No profile pic. Account created a month ago. I would definitely recognize the username if it was somebody that I knew from, like, sub chat. Fucking cute charm. Stupid ass ability. I could potion my Pikachu, in theory. No, I'm good. Just food, okay. Fair enough. I guess that is what if I had a cool ass username, that's what I would do too, yeah. Okay. Let's heal at the Pokemon Center. And then we gotta go through... What a specific chat message slips there. My uncle from the capital visits tonight. He's bald. Is this one of the caves you need Flash for? I can't remember. No. Is Flash in this game? Also Mount Moon? Cat Jam? I'm turning out my headset. I think... Oh, dude. Can we find anything that we need for our team in Mount Moon? I think you can find Onyx in here. He was around the world. He was in Australia, China, Dubai, and finally settled down in Ottawa. What? I clicked on Mount Moon and Sarah Beat. It was like, here's the let's go. And I was like, no. Into an HM. Oh, like they can learn HM moves upon level up. I think that's true. I think some Pokemon can learn like Cut and Surf, maybe. There's some gens I think that's true. Also, what a specific fucking... Did you know that the odds of finding a Zubat in this cave are 69%? Because they have to make up for the 1% Clefairy. Based encounter. Yeah, but what if it was a 67% encounter rate? Am I right, chat? Am I right? Ba 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 ba. Damn, this girl got the 1%. Twitch Global's do set. I was talking about this in my friend Ethan's chat. Have you ever scrolled to like the bottom of the globals on Twitch and looked at like the random guys' faces with like a white background? Oh, I get it. It's Minnie because it's tiny and also a dog. You know, nothing gets past you. Booty got me reading the Bible. Also, can I be so honest? I don't remember at all how to navigate Mount Moon. If we get out of here alive, it'll be a fucking miracle. You guys are gonna watch me trip over my dick for like 20 minutes. Which technically I'm overworking right now, but I think we can probably... We're not far from Misty, are we? We could probably do Misty before the end of stream, right? Is the next town? Okay. I'm trying to map out in my head how close we are to our next Pokemon for the team. This was an octopus. There's only like a couple of global emotes I like. I like the football one, I think is funny. Where it's like, holding the football, and then you can put like another emote. Like you can put Quinnafred drool. Where is he? Quinnafred drool, and then you can put like the hand. Like that. Yeah, I think that's a... Yeah. Oh, why did I Thundershock? I'm stupid. It's entirely possible. Oh yeah, the Pokemon change on each floor, right? Or is this a trainer... No, this is a trainer battle. What am I talking about? This is a Team Rocket guy. No, try and catch it. Well, in Let's Go, I think you can find Sandshrew in here. I think you can find Rhyhorn. They did get rid of Hamburglar Minecraft Zombie. They also got rid of Why So Serious, which is like my 9/11. I used to use that emote all the time. They got rid of the... It's weird, they got rid of the Harley Quinn and the Joker ones they added. They kept the Harley Quinn hammer one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I know that they removed the Binding of Isaac one, even though Edmund McMullen was like, guys, just like pay me again and let you keep it, and they were like, no, we're gonna replace it with this terrible one. Oh, I should have swapped, actually. It's whatever. Oh, we're close to an evolution on Puppy, actually. We could have an Ivysaur band of this. We're just ready to get fucking up-aired. Dude, I haven't played Smash Ultimate in so long. I remember Ivysaur up-air was, like, so annoying for a while. It just had like a crazy hitbox on it. We love static. Potion on Puppy. Call it the Puppy Potion. Oh, completely unnecessary. Didn't even need to come down here. This is where we get the fossil, right? Where do I... A dairy ad? Where do you get Hitmonlee? At the dojo. And the dojo is how far along in the story? In Saffron City. Which one is Saffron City? Okay. So... Okay, so we'll go there like midway through the story. Also, remember how I said that I was gonna be tripping over my dick for like 20 minutes? Us going to just the middle of fucking nowhere. Also, am I crazy, or is that a Legendary's cry that Paris has? I know that they reused a bunch of cries in Gen 1, but I've never listened to like the cries that intently. Is it down here? No, that's an item. Got an escape rope, which isn't super helpful at this stage, because it won't take me to the end, it'll just take me to the beginning. Gamer-related ads for Dairy Farming Association. That's funny. Up here, we have... First, Zubat. I'm gonna go for a shower and move on over to PC. You're gonna use your PC in the shower? That doesn't seem safe. It's fine, it's water cooled. Truing. That implies that Slipper's taking a cold shower. Missing no one item duping, yup. I remember as a kid, because obviously I didn't play Gen 1 when it was coming out, because I'm not 70 years old, but as a kid I remember I had a friend who was really into Pokemon, and I was like still getting into it, and I want a cold shower lie in the snow. True. But missing no for like a while for me was like the scariest thing for some reason. Like the idea of like your game corrupting. Where am I going? How do I? I'm gonna have to look up like a Mount Moon guide because I'm very lost. I could have bought repels now that I think about it, but it's fine. Lavender Town is scary. Dude, when I was like 14, Lavender Town, like whatever it was, Lavender Town Syndrome was real. It was real to me. I don't know if it was 14. It was probably younger. I was in 6th grade, I think, which would make me like 11. I don't know. I didn't. For context, I didn't have access to like unfettered access to the internet until I was like 14 or 15. My parents were very like close to the chest on that. They didn't want me like getting groomed and stuff. Which like is fair. Especially where it was like I was born in 03. So like, you know, not that far off from the 90s when like the internet was taking off. And then obviously I was like, you know, 5 or 6 in 2008 as like smartphones were becoming a thing. So like it's not a crazy thing of like my parents not keeping me on the letting me on the internet, but like I didn't even get like a video game console for a while. My first console was a Nintendo DS Lite that I got in 2011, I think. Because I'm turning 23 this year, for context. In August, I'll be 23. Which also, I feel old just saying that. In my brain, I'm still 17. Like, when people are like, when I'm like at like a restaurant, I'm like, man, I wish I could order a beer. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can order a beer, because I'm legally allowed to. Or when someone's like, when the electric company's like, pay your electric bill, I'm like, I shouldn't have to, I'm a teenager. I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm not. I'm a grown-ass adult. Oops. Maybe it's just that all my hobbies are hobbies that people that aren't 23 enjoy. Do you know how hard it is when I'm on like a dating app? Like, oh, what do you do for fun? And I'm like, oh, I play video games. I read comic books. I play with toys. And the poor woman on the other side of the phone has to be like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then I'm like, yeah, and also I'm a VTuber. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I had a funny interaction. I posted it in a chat that me and NotCorp are in last night, but my mom messaged me. My mom runs a store. Like she recently opened her own business, but she has like what's called like a charm bar, which is like a bunch of places have them, but they basically like sell charms and they sell bracelets. So you can put the charms on the bracelet at the store, kind of like a deco thing. and she was looking at charms for her bar, and she sent me a photo. Like she texted me, and she was like, who is this? And it was a photo, and it was like they were off-brand like knockoffs, but they were a bunch of Sanrio characters. And she was like, who is this? And I went through and I like named them all for her. And then she was like, I was like, my personal favorite is the yellow one, which was Pom Pom Purin. And she was like, I thought so. And then she just all she said was the butt one. And I was like, yep, the butt one. And I just so happened to have Walmart has a collaboration with Sanrio right now for Easter. And there's like a big ass Pom Pom Purin and like an Easter hat and an Easter vest. And he was right next to me on my bed because I was in bed when she messaged me. So all I did is I just flipped it over onto its stomach, and sure as shit, his little star butthole was right there. So I just took a photo of it and sent it to my mom. Chiikawa must overtake. No, they can two bad bitches can coexist. I love the recent Chiikawa like stuff they've been doing with Sanrio. I think they're doing more. I got sent. It was Mamanga as Kuromi, I think is what my friend sent me. And they were like giant plush. I didn't watch the movie trailer yet. I generally like try to stay away from trailers for stuff. Like specifically movies I'm excited for, which like that is one of them. I should look. Maybe since I got an unexpected paycheck this week, I'll look at see if any theaters near me are showing the Uma Musume movie. Because that got a release in the States like very recently. I doubt it, because every time a movie comes out that's like limited, it's like they're never showing it near me because I live in Maine, which means that I live in hell. Didn't even have an official sub. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Hold on, let me look. Uma Musume movie showing. I'm checking to see if any of my theaters near me are playing the beginning of a new era. Okay, well, hold on. I'll just go to their web. The theater near me, I'm just gonna go to their website. Okay, they're not showing the Uma Musume movie today or tomorrow. They're showing Spider-Man 2. Hold on. Maybe I'll go see Spider-Man 2 tomorrow. What is a sensory show? What that mean? Is that like no kids allowed? Or like autistic person movie? Because it's for Goat, which is like that new kids movie. What is a sensory show? Reduce volume, dim lights in a quiet room. Okay. Okay, so it is for people with like autism or special needs. That's cool. Listen, I'm on the autistic spectrum, but I love me a nice dark theater with loud ass music. What's the one theater that they have? It's like a bit away. I know I've paused the Pokemon so I can look at theaters near me for the Uma Musume movie. Hey, they're showing Secret of the Ooze in March. Okay. They're not a single theater near me is showing the Uma Musume movie. So I can't go see it. What's wrong with Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, Not Corp? It's like one of the best ones. Hashire, Uma Musume. Psycho. I don't know the exact words. It's the only game I hate. I think you are wrong. I think you're no longer welcome here. Or not Umusume, Ultra Sun Ultra Moon are like one of my favorite Pokemon games. I used to beat the game and then I would just reset it and replay it. I think obviously the start of both Gen 7 games is slow, but I think it's way better. I think Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon introduced like interesting stuff, like with the story. I think they add like I don't know. I think it's just it's Pokemon Sun and Moon, but just more. I will take Poison Powder, but I will not take Sleep Powder. Whack-ass balancing. If by whack-ass balancing, do you mean Ultra Necrozma? Wait, we have to pick a fossil. I think, chat, I think we go with the Helix fossil, right? Can we get the Helix fossil global Twitch emote in the chat? Even though I personally prefer Kabuto. I'm thinking. Chat, don't crucify me. I'm gonna pull up the... I'm pulling this back up, and you'll be able to see it in a second. Remember this? What if, hear me out, where is... What if we, instead of picking up Slowbro, we take Kabutops? Because then it gives us rock type coverage, which is more coverage for flying type, especially where we have two Pokemon that are weak to flying. I guess the question then becomes, what do we do about poison types? I think we just take Kabutops. I know the joke is the Helix Fossil, but I much prefer Kabutops, and I like him more. When do you get the ability to revive it? It's Route 4. Is there anything on Route 4 that we need? Well, let's pull up Cerebi. Oh. Closing the window capture. Not that you're gonna see anything bad when I pull up Cerebi, but Route 4. It's Cinnabar Island. A bit off. Isn't Cinnabar like Blaine? They revised to level 5. That is true. I was thinking of recent games where they revive at like level 20. Then maybe we stick with Slowbro. Because it's good to have coverage. Where did we get Slowpoke again? So many places, Jesus Christ. Berry Forest, Bond Bridge, Canaan Entrance, Cape Brink, 5. This is all Sevi Island stuff, I think. Route 6. So we're one route away. Gen 6 also has the level 20 restoration. Which would make sense, because 6, 8, and 9, I think, are the only ones that have fossils in them. Okay, so we're one route away from being able to get Slowpoke. I want to look at Route 6 and see how we can get Slowpoke, though. It's very funny that I click on Route 6 Kanto, and the photo is fucking Florges for some reason. Oh wait, we can't get Slowpoke on Route 6. We need to be able to surf. When do we get surf? Before Cinnabar Island. Okay, well, both of our water types are kind of annoying to get. Is what we're learning. Because I either need to be able to surf and come back to or go to a route that has Slowpoke, or we're in Cerulean City. Best of Picture team. Yeah, but we only have Pikachu and Bulbasaur right now. I can't get a Thunderstone until... I do love me a Farfetch'd. I got a shiny Farfetch'd in ZA. And I used him for that quest that requires a Farfetch'd. So we have Misty, which is going to be easy. We have an Electric and a Grass type. I want to... Okay, let's see. I want to think. Hold on. Can we get It's this next route after next after Cerulean that we can get. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We can get Vulpix like after this, right? I need like an interactive Kanto map. Are we underleveled? We are a little bit underleveled. It seems like we could go grind a little bit. For Left of Lavender. I thought it was like after Cerulean. I might be wrong. Route 7 and 8, so we're like 2 routes away. Oh, we might get our butt washed actually. We might need to go level up. Yeah, we're definitely gonna white out to Pidgeotto. Unfortunate. Please tell me that I went to the Pokemon Center. Oh, thank God. I did not want to go back through Mount Moon again. I'm pulling up a map of... So we went through Route 4. So yeah, so we can go down... South is Celadon. And then Vulpix is to the left and right of Celadon. Right, Celadon? Celadon's the one that... What is what I'm thinking of? The one with all the towers. So if we beat Misty, we can go south, right? And then we have access to Route 6, 7, and 8. But I can't use the Route 6 to get Slowpoke because we surf. I suppose we should grind a little bit. Let me look. Okay, level 8. Or level 16. We're evolving. I should get like an overlay with like our team. Actually, let me do that now. Hold on. I'll put it on like the left. Image. Actually, I put them on the right. Because the left has stuff on it already. Dallas, Ivy, Solar. This way, if people are coming in, they'll know what the team is. And then we'll get Pikachu. What do we think? Now our team is represented on the stream. So now we know exactly what Pokemon we have on the team. And we have them in order of their addition to the team. I'm innovating. I could do like a like add the other members of the team that we're hunting for, but like put them in like grayscale. And then when we unlock them, we can like turn them colorful. But the next member of the team will be probably Vulpix, I would assume. And then we won't be able to get Slowpoke for a bit. And then, oh yeah, I was gonna look at Misty's team, just to see what level she is. Thanks for stopping by. Booty is what I'll call you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the follow. I want to look at the gym, because she's level 21 is her ace, so we can grind up to level 21. We have to fight against level 16s or level 9s. And then what we'll do is, because it's gonna probably take us a bit to beat Misty, is we'll beat Misty and then we'll call stream. We're gonna call stream at 2 hours, but I was like, I'm having fun. We got a decent chat going. I don't know when the next time I'll have a decent chat will be. Sure is a rat. Grinding is like my least favorite part of gens before Gen 6. People complain about... I haven't looked at Twitter at all. I'm gonna open my Twitter while we grind on. I'm not gonna put it on stream because I would get banned like instantly, but Brout, Pombon, and Gekwa. Holy baddie, holy moly. Holy, ugh. I just dropped a cool tweet. I saw it's TM Opera Bird with the bird. Grout? I don't understand what the name is supposed to be. Like, what's it like? Grumpy, I assume, is the GR. What animal is it based on? Surely it's not an owl again. Also, Twitter's doing that thing where they're like, here's a tentative list of every Pokemon that we know is going to be in Wind and Waves. It's so sick that Tropius is like one of the first ones. Also, it's sick. One thing that pisses me off is they always show... Also, are those Pikachu's regional forms? Surely not, right? Surely they're like NPC characters that like a NPC will have. Yeah, they're just characters. Yeah, because this sheet that I'm looking at treats them as new forms. But like this is going by like it shows like the starters and then like Pokemon that were in the trailer. I always think that's funny because it's like there's some Pokemon that aren't here. Like they don't show Eevee in this list, but like every Pokemon game has Eevee in it. Eevee and Pikachu are in every Pokemon game. Also, I think they're shiny Pikachus. Year of Tropius. Tropius 2 coming soon. Also, have you seen Arugula? Ruff! Know what I'm saying? Okay, IGN tweeted, "That is a lot of water." And then Pokemon replied 7.8 out of 10. Pikachu is retired to Boca Raton, and his most important issues when voting are who can participate in high school girls softball and abolishing property tax. Oh, the abilities for the Mega Pokemon that were in ZA that didn't have abilities. Mega Delphox will have Levitate, Greninja will have Protean, and Chestnut will have Bulletproof. Yeah, what's with all these new characters? They've shown a bunch of characters off for there's like a Japanese Twitter account. Like they're showing off a Rula. They also showed off a Luchador. Hello, Slipster. We're talking about Pokemon. There was a tweet about a Luchador character. Is that Champions? Ooh, good question, actually. Mayor of Frontier City and Caraway's father. Is Frontier City champions? Does champions have like a full story? It's champions? Oh, weird. So is Arugula also champions? Is the bad bitch from Champions? Also, there's a girl who has Hatterene hands in her hair. Well, the reason I was asking if it was Champions or not is because the screenshot of Luchador guy has an Incineroar in the background, which would confirm that Litten is in Winds and Waves, but I guess not. Our Pokemon at we want to get to level like 19 or 20. Are totally shiny, yeah. Or maybe they're just they got the like sunburn. Licensing alert. Pokemon Winds and Waves announced collaboration with Littlest Pet Shop for starter designs. I remember when Sun and Moon were coming out, I was in high school, and I spent a lot of time, like every morning, I had like a school laptop, I would boot up the Pokemon Sun and Moon website, and I would see if they had revealed any new Pokemon. And I did the same thing. They were revealed when I, funnily enough, also in high school, Sword and Shield, they announced Duraludon in a tweet while I was in summer school. It was like my last day of summer school, and it was like my sophomore, junior year. And I was sitting in summer school, not doing my summer school work, and I was scrolling Twitter on my laptop, and there was like it was like a school mandated laptop, and sure as shit, fucking Duraludon got revealed, which was cool for me because I really like Duraludon. Like, he's one of my favorite Pokemon now, but tweet from 15 hours ago, so that would have been like 8 o'clock last night. I better not see a single cat, crocodile, bird, or lizard starter. Well, there was no cat or crocodile. And then somebody 15 hours ago said, we need a dog starter. That person, their wish has been answered. How many bird starters do we have? We have Torchic, Rowlet, Grout. Is that it? Piplup. So that's 4. Quite a few lizards. Yeah, there's Charmander. I mean, Bulbasaur's not a lizard, he's a frog. Totodile is kind of a lizard, he's a crocodile. I mean, there's just a lot of reptiles. There's Sobble. Sobble's reptile. Totodile's reptile. Charmander's reptile. Snivy is reptile. This new Gecko is reptile, so that's 5. Turtwig is reptile, that's 6. I can probably just pull up the starter Pokemon. All starter Pokemon. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reptiles. And then we have 1, 2, 3, now 4, or 5 birds actually. We have Quaxley. And then the rest are either amphibians or mammals. Because we have 3 amphibians, it looks like. Froakie, Mudkip, and... Oh, I guess Chikorita is technically a reptile? Technically? Because it's a dinosaur. So I guess it's 8 reptiles? I've always considered, like, Chikorita like a different thing. It's like that one image is like, it ain't even a, you know, whatever. It's something that science hasn't even figured out yet. Some bullshit science hasn't even figured out. I don't know. I've always really wanted an elephant starter, but that's because elephants are my favorite animal. If we could get like a cool like, I want like an elephant teapot that's like a fire type. A few seconds, I gotta do something. See, what's funny is I don't think I've picked a single lizard starter as like my go-to. I don't really mess with Trico. I don't really mess with Sobble. I don't really mess with this new Gecko unless it evolves something really cool. But like so far, it's looking like I'm probably gonna go with a dog. Which like makes sense given I'm a dog VTuber, so like it's tonally consistent, but my hope, my dream is that it turns into just a bigger four-legged dog. Or even if it becomes bipedal, I want it to be like kind of a similar body type to like Ursulino Blood Moon. But I want its fluff to like kind of like turn into fire around it, similar to like kind of like Emboar. For it to have like a mane of fluff that turns into fire. Can we go into... Can we... I think, are we able to... Oh, that's Thunder Wave. I meant to do Quick Attack. Can you beat Misty without beating Blue? Because I feel like even though she's much higher level than us, having a Grass and Electric type is like... I feel like it's like cheating. Especially because we have Ivysaur. I just know that the stream has been going on for like 3 hours and I'm tired. We could try and probably sweep the floor. I just don't know if I'm able to like go into the gym yet. Guess we'll find out. Okay, I can. We'll do the trainers. Usually I would skip the trainers, but we'll get the XP. That way I can eventually beat Blue. Because her ace is level 21. Boom. Surprised that, yeah, when they went, so the Pokemon Presents just kind of stopped. Like, I was watching it live and it just cut to black at the end, and I was like, oh, is there gonna be like a, you know, like a stinger with like, you know, the box legendaries or the mythical or whatever it was, and then it just stopped. I was expecting at least like, you know how like when Pokemon Directs, or not Pokemon Directs, when normal Directs end, they end with like the Nintendo logo. I was expecting that, and it just literally, they just said, no, it's just gonna stop. Just cut to black. Or like, standing with Nintendo Directs, they'll be like, that was Pokemon Wind and Waves. We're excited to, you know, introduce you guys to a new Pokedex of Pokemon in 2027. I hope it's worth the wait. I just cannot be fucked to walk back to a Pokemon Center, I'll be real. Ba-da-ba. Ouchie. Does the Starmie have a Psychic type move? I don't think it does, right? Oh, I mean to tackle. Whoops. I think it'll probably be close to dead. I need to, I guess, heal. Does exactly 18. I can live another one. There we go. Worst case is, if it had lived on one, I could have just switched into Pikachu and quick attacked it. I can cut. How do I get cut? I got Water Pulse, which will be helpful for, I'm sure, some of the Pokemon that we'll see later. Okay. I'm gonna call it there, because we've been live for 3 hours. Granted, only 2.5 of it have been, you know, Pokemon. I might go live with this again later tonight. I wouldn't bet on it, because I'm already tired right now, and it's only noon. I had to be up early for the Pokemon Presents. I appreciate everybody came out tonight. Appreciate having you guys around. Definitely makes streaming a lot easier to even have one person in chat, let alone 2 or 3 at one time. But I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. I might be live later. I might be live tomorrow. I'll definitely be live tomorrow. I can say that one with certainty. Because is today Friday or is today Saturday? Today's Friday, so I'll definitely be live tomorrow.